Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you're all having a great season. I hope you're having a great weekend as well. So, we're here for the Gameweek 6 deadline stream, guys, and I welcome you all. I'm hoping that this week is going to be a pretty relaxed stream. Not many big decisions to make, and even the captaincy is relatively safe and easy. So I'm hoping to have a kind of a chilled out, relaxed stream. But let's see how it goes. So before I get started, I would like to show you my last week's score. So yeah, I got 79 points in the end. I mean, the Salah captaincy seemed not too bad, guys. I mean, although when Haaland got this hat trick and Salah was on one assist until the last minute of the game, he got an assist off the shoulder, Salah, and there was a great goal by Carvalho as well. And what a win for Liverpool again. They were about to draw another game and fall back in the race for the top the title, top four, whatever you want to call it. I mean, Liverpool always want to go for the title these days, so it was very difficult for Salah in the game. He created a couple of chances, but he's been more of a creator this season, Salah, than he's been a scorer. I mean, he's created 23 chances already, which is like much more than anybody else. So I was so lucky to get the second assist, and then he was bumped up to 2 bonus points as well, Salah, and that saved my game week. Otherwise it would have been very bad for various reasons, especially for people who captained Haaland. The decision to play Andreas Pereira paid off. Got a decent 6 points. Other than that, Cucurella again was a disappointment. I brought in Pascal Gross and Sanchez last week, but that didn't work out. But the players which I transferred out for him, they didn't work out either. So it was a bit of a no profit some game kind of. But the thing is, I think the Brighton moves for the next 3 weeks, I think they just make more sense to me because they have good fixtures, and that is the reason. We just have to just sometimes bite the bullet, guys, because every week you can't expect points from your players. So this is what my team currently looks like, guys. I don't think it's going to change much. I've been putting Neco Williams in the team in place of Cucurella, taking him out again. So I was a bit undecided before the stream, but in the end I think I should be playing Cucurella. I mean, just always play the better teams, and at home Chelsea look to be good, even though they've not been keeping too many clean sheets. But let's hope. Even West Ham have been not too attacking. So let's see what happens, guys. But this is what my team looks like currently. My captaincy is on Haaland, but I'm not confident. The only reason why I put it on Haaland is because Pep Guardiola said when you're 22 you can play every 3 days and something like that. But when you're at 32, then it's a problem. So it was a positive for me, and Haaland being in the form he is, I hope he starts. Even the predictions which they do on Twitter, 93% of the people expected Haaland to start. So I'm kind of taking a chance here a little bit. So yeah, this is kind of what my team looks like. Yes, I do have a decision to make with Neco Williams, but I am not possibly going to be making a transfer this week, guys. So therefore I'm going to have 2 transfers again next week. So yeah, this is all about my plans, my transfers, and how my season is going. The overall rank currently is around 500k, guys. 500,000. Not a problem. Not too worried about my rank at the moment. When the season starts, you just need to focus on the shape of your team, how you're like developing your team. The team value should be good. Mine is not that good because I suffered a couple of drops on Pedro Neto. I suffered 1 drop on Bailey in the first game week, but it's fine, guys. You have to bite the bullet and go with it. But I would prefer not to have these drops, So yeah, let me come to the chat and start answering your questions because hey FPL Sam, hope you're doing well. Hey Bjorn, SH, Marco, hey Barry. I hope you're all doing well, guys, and I hope you're having a great season. Bjorn says, would you sub Zinchenko to Walker? Sub? Beyond, do you mean you own both the players and you just want to play one out of the two, or do you want to actually transfer out Zinchenko? If it was a sub, then I would definitely play Walker over Zinchenko, 100%. If it is a transfer, then I would be a little bit wary about playing any of the, bringing in any of the City defenders at the moment. One City has, you mean transfer, right? Yeah, I got that. Bringing in Walker is a bit dicey at this moment in time, my friend, because the thing is, City have like Champions League coming up. They're having a very, very heavy fixture congestion, my friend, and one of these games Walker is going to have a rest. That is what I'm a little bit concerned about. Even Cancelo might get rested. Who knows what's going to happen with City? Pep is a little bit crazy when it comes to these kind of things. So in my opinion, I would try to get a player outside of the top 6 because they're not in the Champions League, Conference League, Europa League. Better to get players from clubs like Brighton, especially if you're like me, you're going to wildcard after game week 8 before game week 9. Then I think Brighton has the best fixtures. Let me just take you to a fantasy football fix here a second, and let's actually have a look at the fixture planner. Let's have a look at all the teams game week 6 to game week 8. Let's just look at the 3 weeks. We can look at the rest. See, the best fixtures: Nottingham Forest, obviously the worst defensive team in the league, so this is attack difficulty, defense. Let's see the defense difficulty because we're talking about defenders. Again, you see Nottingham Forest, the best defensive fixtures for the worst defensive team. I don't know how you can think about that. But Newcastle have Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. I mean, Trippier could be a good option, to be honest with you. Bournemouth, again, a really bad team. Brighton, you see here, Brighton is the team which I think you need to target. No extra fixtures, no Champions League, nothing doing, so no European commitments either. So I like Brighton a lot. I would, if you want to kind of bring defenders, I think better than Walker, you can think about Estupian, you can think about Dunk, or these kind of players. I honestly feel this is the play. Other teams have really difficult fixtures. I think only one easy fixture and 2 difficult fixtures for most of the teams. Spurs defender would be good, but honestly I expect them to concede against Fulham and I expect them to concede against Manchester City, so it doesn't make sense. Also Perisic I think is liable to get rotated this week, so looking beyond this doesn't make any sense to me. I'd stick with Brighton, honestly, my friend. If I wanted to bring in a defender right now, it would be from Brighton. And no else. Maybe if you wanted, you could bring in Nico Williams if you don't have, but I would personally like to focus on Brighton, guys. Is Perisic to Trippier a good move? Marco, I think that's a good move, yes. Definitely like that move. Perisic, I'm not sure how many games he's going to start. Hey SH, I hope you're doing well. Beyond says, I already asked that. I'm still out for Sanchez or Henderson or Rhea. Already got Dunk. I'd still go for Sanchez. Maybe Henderson. If you're going to wildcard after game week 8, you can think about Henderson as well. He's been saving penalties. He's been, racking up a lot of points. But personally, I have Sanchez. I like Sanchez. Zara says, hey Viz, who to play between Pedro Neto, Andreas and Nico Williams? I'm thinking Nico Williams. Yeah, I mean, this is a difficult one, to be honest with you, my friend. I would personally like to play Pedro Neto. Out of these 3, I would, if I had to make this decision, I would play Pedro Neto. Second would be Nico Williams, and third would be Andreas, because placing against Tottenham is a very difficult game, So yeah, Zara, if you feel you want to play Nico Williams, I think this is the week to kind of play him. So not a problem, in my opinion. Cinema Crazy says, you think Foden and Gundogan will start? I think Gundogan should start. Here, let me take you to the predictions, guys. There's a very good thing that they do on Twitter. It's Emma Jump the Wave. Yeah, she puts together lots of good predictions, guys. I hope you can see it on the screen. Ortega. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to see the keeper. You already know which keeper starts, right? Can this? No. Does it work on this? No, it doesn't work on this. Anyways, I think you can see most of the players anyways, right? So you can see here in City, Gundogan, they are predicting to start 68% and Foden 94%. These are all the City fans there who predict this kind of who make the predictions. So this week it's a bit dicey, my friend, honestly speaking. If the fans cannot predict, I can't consider myself to be over the fans, or I can to make a prediction beyond what the fans can do. So all I can say is you can just hit and hope. If you own them, either you transfer them out or you just roll with what you have, my friend. It's just as simple as that. But you can look at the predictions, guys. This is for Manchester City, and I just read them out to you. The fans think Ederson will start, Cancelo 100%, Stones 100%, Ruben Diaz almost nailed on. Walker is still pretty good, 82%. Rodri 100%, KDB, everybody thinks KDB will start. Bernardo Silva 73, Gundogan 68, 70. The midfield is the one where they're not sure. Like Alvarez 40%, Mahrez 40%, Haaland 94%. So you should follow Jump the Wave. She does really good work, Emma, and I think it's very useful. Let's look at, I don't think we need to look at Manchester United. Liverpool, obviously, I think we can look at, especially for those who own Robertson. 77% for Robertson, 51% for Matip, 23% for Tsimikas, 49% for... So I think they're a little bit concerned about one centre-back and a little bit about Robertson. Fabinho is going to start, obviously. Milner, 94. Elliott, Salah, obviously. Firmino, 65, and Diaz, 100%. What about Darwin Núñez? 35 for Darwin, 65 for Firmino. So Liverpool team is a bit uncertain as well for this game week. Tottenham, I don't think we need. Chelsea is very interesting. Mendy, Cucurella, Koulibaly, James. So they all nailed on to start. That's what they think. Thiago Silva, Colville, Jorginho, Kovacic 56%, Mount, Sterling. I mean, all the usual suspects are... You should definitely follow Emma at the rate Jump the Wave. She definitely makes really good predictions and stuff. So shout out to Emma for doing such good work, guys. Colville is Fofana, yeah, absolutely. I read that. Colville is obviously gone to Brighton, so Colville is Fofana. So Chelsea fans expect Fofana to start. I missed that. Thank you so much for FPL Sam for reminding me. Alright, guys. Moving on. Barry says, I've got 2 free transfers, but realistically only need to transfer Rodrigo out. Zaha the best replacement. I like Zaha, definitely like him. I like Harrison as well. Barry, I think Harrison is a good option. I think Sinestra is pretty good as well. Even from Nottingham Forest, Morgan Gibbs-White. I think Nottingham Forest have got good fixtures. You can possibly go for a bit of a differential there. Otherwise, I think definitely Zaha is the one to target. Aman says, should I sell Robo? If then, for who? I mean, don't really need to sell Robertson. If you want to sell him, I think you should maybe, you can sell him next week, but it depends on who you have. Which defenders do you have, my friend, before I can answer this question? Is Isaac fit to start? I think he had some kind of a thigh problem. Let me just check what I wrote about him from my notes about the press conferences. If I have any news about him. In my opinion, I think he should be okay. It was a bit of a precaution in my opinion, but let's see. I think Isaac should start. Alexander Isaac. It was a dead leg. Eddie Howe has said, that he was already going to take him off after 60 minutes at Anfield. So whether it was injury or not, he was gonna get taken off at 60 minutes. I think Isaac should be fine, guys. For whoever owns him, I think Isaac should be fine. What do you think, Rodrigo to Lingard? I mean, if you want to do Lingard, fine. I like Morgan Gibbs-White as well. The marquee kind of signing. They took him from Wolves. Pretty good player, and Nottingham Forest have good fixtures. Definitely can target one of their midfielders if you want to. Otherwise, you can simply go Rodrigo to Harrison or Sinistra as well. Colville is Fofana. Thank you so much for FPL Sam for pointing this. Achatan says, hi, Vizav Alvarez, should I play him? Honestly, Achatan, I see only Alvarez getting minutes off the bench. I don't see him starting in this game. If you want, you can play him, but you have to expect limited minutes in this game, bro. The Twitter members chat is great. Get subscribing, guys. Thank you so much for the shout out, Michael O'Connor, guys. So if you kind of click on the join button and become a member of the channel, you get to join our group chat on Twitter, where we actually discuss FPL, in which actually the guys are much more active than I am, but it's a very good, pleasant group to chat about FPL. So if you want, consider becoming a member by clicking join for the price of a coffee, you know. And thank you so much for the shout out, Michael. Rohit says, hi bro, best budget midfielder bhai. Honestly, Rohit, I think Martinelli is the best budget midfielder at this moment in time. But if you want to go outside that, I think Pascal Gross is good. Harrison is good. Siniestra could be very good. Other than that, there's not many like open options. Morgan Gibbs-White, I've already been saying he's got good fixtures. He's the marquee signing, like kind of a marquee signing for Nottingham Forest as well. So yeah. Got Trent Alexander-Arnold. If you want to transfer out Robertson Aman, that is absolutely on you. But I think against Everton, if he starts, I think he has a good chance to keep a clean sheet as well. So it's going to be a derby. The atmosphere is going to be electric. So if you have him, you can keep him. Otherwise, if you really feel, strongly feel you want to transfer him out, that is totally on you, my friend. So it's a bit of a hard one to call for this game week. Is James going to start? James is going to start, yes. Achutan says, I'm very desperate to sell NATO. Very frustrating. I have only 0.2 in the bank, so going for Ramsdale to Henderson and get Gibbs-White for NATO. I like the moves. I don't like the -4. Achutan, honestly, my friend, this is the only thing which I don't like about these moves. Morgan Gibbs-White is a good shout, my friend. I agree with that, but the -4 is a little bit irksome for me. You should think about it. Maybe make these moves next week, or just think about it. Rohit says Isaac starting. Yeah, I might Trippier or Brighton defense next 3. I think Trippier and Brighton, they both. I like both of them. If you see, I showed the fixtures on Fix here, Fantasy Football Fix. Newcastle and Brighton are right up there for the defensive stats for the next 3. Newcastle play Crystal Palace and Bournemouth at home. Honestly, if you ask me who has the chance to keep more clean sheets, I'd say Brighton, because just because they've been so good. Newcastle, they have a few injuries because Alan St. Maxima is out, but the way they played against Liverpool, it was absolutely exemplary, and they would have obviously liked to draw that one, but sometimes these things happen. I don't know why there are 2 chats over here. Must be something going on which I don't understand. Well, anyways, let's stick to the one. So I think Nottingham Forest, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Brighton, they all have good fixtures. You can target any of them. They don't have any midweek fixtures, no European commitments. There's nothing to choose between them. Personally, I think Trippier is attacking as well. He takes set pieces, he can score from free kicks. That is the reason I would choose Trippier over the Brighton defense, personally, if I had to make this decision, my friend. Let's move on. Hi, I already answered that. Ashish, what do you think? Will Gundogan? I think Gundogan, again, there's no certainty. I just showed the ratings on Twitter from Emma from Jump the Wave. Even the fans are not sure who's going to start out of Foden, Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Alvarez. People are very confused. So if fans are confused, it's hard for me to predict. Let me look at my predicted lineups and tell you what I think is going to happen, which I always write before the stream. Yeah, in my opinion, I think Gundogan is going to start. Let's see what happens. Tony for captain. I wouldn't, my friend. Ashish says, what do you think Gundogan? Abhishek says, hello bhai, Haaland start karega is game week. Karna to chahiye Abhishek. Baki, let's see, whatever I've heard from the news, I think Haaland should start. Because the Pep's comments about him were really encouraging. He says he's 22. It's not like he's 32. You need more rest when you're 32. So I hope he starts. And I think City need to build ahead of steam. So let's see. I think he starts. But honestly, you can captain Salah as well. There's equally good captaincy option, guys. I know he didn't score many points last game week, or at least as much as you hoped. Against Bournemouth he blanked. Against Newcastle, just 2 assists. But come on, guys, can't expect him to do much more. I mean, he's got great assist and played really well. And it's just because Haaland scored a hat-trick. That is the reason everybody was too concerned. AB Shot says Tony for captain. I wouldn't go there, my friend. Tony, if you have in your team, I think it's good enough owning him, not captaincy for me. Mohammed says, hi, Wiz. You know Salah record against Everton. Yes, Salah has a fantastic record against Everton, my friend. But the thing is, it's not the same Liverpool team. It's not the same Salah. It's not the same Liverpool from last season. They are struggling a bit to get stringing things together. Even at Anfield at home, they found it so hard to create chances and to beat Newcastle. So in my opinion, that's not this. Past records definitely deserve some credit. But I don't think that they should be our parameters for making a decision. But that said, I still feel Salah is a great captaincy option. Even still at the back of my mind, I'm still thinking whether I should move my captaincy to Salah or not. But I think it would stick on Haaland in the end. But it's not that much between Salah and Haaland for me, honestly. Let's move on. Aman says I got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Cancelo, Cucurella, Walker, Robo. Should I get rid of Robo? So you've got 2 Liverpool, 1 Chelsea, 1 City, 2 City. I mean, you can get rid of him, yes, if you want to, Aman. I think you can. But the thing is, you have to have a plan. Who do you want to get? Not selling Robertson is not a plan unless you want to get somebody else who you actually, there should be a plan why you want to sell Robo. It's not enough to just say that I want to sell Robo. If you want to get Tony, if you want to get Mitrovic, you should have a plan, and only then you need to sell him. De Silva or White? I think De Silva, my friend. I'm not sure if White is going to play. I think Tomiyasu's fit, he might play. The second thing I'm also thinking about is that I'm not sure if Arsenal are going to keep a clean sheet against Manchester United, my friend. Best defender to bring in right now, I think Kieran Trippier could be really good, and along with that, one of the Brighton guys can work. I like both of them. Potato Boy says I was writing the entire team. Sanchez, Cancelo, Trent, James, Perisic, Kulu, Martinelli, Harrison, Firmino, Jesus, Haaland, bench, Raya, Tripp, De Silva. Rate my team. On live streams I don't usually like to rate the teams, Potato Boy, but just for this case I'm gonna do it. I think Firmino is an inspired pick, but since you don't own Salah, bit of in my opinion, I think Salah is very close to essential in FPL. I think I'd give that team 7 out of 10. I think. Yeah, otherwise the team looks, because you spread the money around, you've got Lingard, you've got Raya, you've got Sanchez, so the money is a bit spread around in the team. Looks good otherwise, my friend. Start any 2: Julian Alvarez, Stupian, Neco Williams. It's very difficult, bro, very difficult. The thing is, the reason why I would start Alvarez, if I knew Alvarez was starting, I would say put Alvarez in. But the thing is, I'm not sure if Alvarez is going to start. Let's just go to the predictions once again, guys. The thing is, it's very hard for me to predict City. I would like to look at this. What do they think about Alvarez? See, even the fans, they think that he has a 43% probability of starting. I mean, 43% probability is not encouraging. Same with at least with Foden and Gundogan, it's like in the 70s. I find it very hard to tell you to put Alvarez in your team. I'd say start the other 2 just for the sake of at least you'll get 90 minutes out of them, my friend. That's the only thing I can say, but it's very hard for me to comment. Change Robo and NATO to have 0.4 in the event, have Gross and Martinelli. Let me go back to my team. Yeah, that's fine, but who are you gonna bring in? If you want to sell Robo, I think you can think about Luis Diaz, my friend. You can think about bringing in a Brighton player like Pascal Gross, or you already have Gross. Yeah, right. So I don't think you want to double up with Trossard. NATO to... I mean, you can double up on Brighton assets as well if you want to bring in Trossard. Else you can think about bringing in a Leeds player like Sinestra or Harrison. I think Sinestra was really good last game week. When I watched him play, it looked really lively, looked really good. So Sinestra from Leeds, or maybe double up on the Brighton midfield. Maybe if you want, you can go with somebody like Rashford, but I personally don't like the fixtures now. Jesus, Captain Haaland, Vice Captain Haaland, Captain. Yes, that looks fine to me, Potato Boy. Rohit says Kukurea could lose minutes for Chilwell. I don't think so, my friend. If Chilwell comes on, I still think Kukurea stays on, because Chilwell mostly comes to play farther ahead, and Kukurea can just slot in the back three easily. So I don't think Kukurea has a problem with minutes. Since Mane left, they aren't the same. I agree with that. FPLAB says Rodrigo replacement. I already have Gross. Plan A is to bring in Trippier and Luis Diaz for Robertson and Rodrigo. Plan B, Rodrigo to Trossard for a free transfer. I like Plan A, Ajay. The thing is, don't like the -4. As I always say, Robertson to James and Rodrigo to Zaha. I like Plan C and Plan A much better than I like Plan B. Aronson or Harrison for Rodrigo replacement. I think they're both good. It's like a different price points, but they're both good. I even like Sinestra from Leeds. I had a really good performance against, in the last game against Brighton. Marco says, thanks, you're welcome, my friend. Rohit says, Professor Saab, aapki Arsenal ye saal kafi achhi khel rahi hai. Yeah, Arsenal are doing really well, my friend. I hope, fingers crossed, they keep playing well. And, but the thing is, I feel that the good days might be past. The current match against Manchester United feels like a really tough one. It feels like a bit of an inflection point, because we didn't make a midfield signing, because Partey is injured, because El Neni is injured. We don't have any more midfielders to play there. Feels a bit like an inflection point, and the fans are already like a little bit stressed out because we didn't manage to get the Douglas Luiz signing over the line. So let's see what happens. Sam says start NATO or Estupian. I would start NATO. I always start the attacking players, that's the issue. Otherwise, starting Estupian is... I don't think there's going to be much between them, Sam, but I still think you should think about NATO. But on the other hand, there is also an argument. If Wolves at home, they can't score against, or away from home, they can't score against Bournemouth, then who can they score against? Bench Saliba or Eze? I would bench Saliba. I would play Eze. Achitan says, thanks Wiz, have a great game week. You have a good game week as well, my friend. Hey Wiz, just got back from college. What did I miss? Aaron, you didn't miss too much. So we still have half an hour to go. If you have any questions, just shoot, bro. Thomas says, best Rodrigo replacement. The best one? I'd say Pascal Gross, Leandro Trossard, Morgan Gibbs-White, Iniestra, Harrison. These are the options which you can go for, because these are the teams which have the good fixtures. Other than that, I am not very convinced with the options which are available, especially from the bigger teams. If you don't have Martinelli, then obviously he's the first one that you should get. Do you think Sinestra the same game time as Harrison? I think so, yes. I think Sinestra should play. The way he played last game, I think he should have more minutes as well. Harrison would definitely have more safety in terms of game time, but I think Sinestra in himself is a very explosive player. I was bench Solly, March, Neko or James. I would bench Neko or March. I would 100% play James, my friend. Abhishek says, what's your good name? I generally don't reveal my name on the stream. Abhishek, you can call me Sim. I think that should be good enough. But I prefer to be called Wizard, It sounds more groovy. Cinema Crazy says, who do you bench? I have Sanchez, Trent, Cancelo, Tripp, Nico Williams. I mean, if I could reveal my identity on the stream, I would be doing a face cam, guys. I wouldn't be sitting here behind the screen and just speaking on my mic. But unfortunately, I can't reveal my identity. And that's the reason I'm just kind of doing these kind of streams. Yeah. Cinema Crazy says, who would you bench? I have Sanchez, Trent, Cancelo, Trippier, Nico Williams, Foden, Gundogan, Salah, Gross, Jesus, and Tony. It's hard. The thing is, I think Nico Williams is the obvious one, my friend. I think Bournemouth has the chance to still score against Nottingham. They concede so many chances, Nottingham Forest, and I think they can take a chance or two, Bournemouth. So, in my opinion, yeah, I would bench Nico Williams. Abhishek says, please do a face cam. One day, hopefully, my friend. Still can't. Just the job doesn't allow me. FPL Jack says, will Robo start? Again, Jugs, we looked at the predictions. from the Liverpool fans, 77% of them seem to think that he should start. And according to my predictions, according to what I've written in my notes, I still feel that he's going to start. So if you have Robertson and you want to keep him, in my opinion, I think he's going to start. Aronson or Sinestra? Alright, I think Fantasy Football Fix would give us the answer. Let's go to Opta heat maps and yeah, let's do it. Right, show us the heat maps. Show us what Sinestra and Aronson are like. Many people are debating which one to bring in, so it would be helpful. Where are Leeds? There's Leeds and Sinestra as well as Aronson. There you go. How many just played one? Sinestra played one, much less minutes as compared to Brendan Aronson, but as you can see, 2 shots, 6 shots. Obviously, he scored a goal. He missed this one, right? Oh, he scored a goal from here and he missed this one. And that was a great XG chance, 0.59. This one was a 0.02 XG chance, the one that he scored. Brendan Aronson has played, I think, 3 times more minutes than, 4 times more minutes than Sinestra, but not many shots. You know, I think it's how many? 6? Yeah, 6 shots. Average position, Sinestra, almost the same as Aronson. Heat maps obviously don't reveal much. They obviously Aronson is much more on the right wing. Let's look at the stats per 90 minutes. So Sinestra has got a goal per 90 minutes of 0.73 as compared to Brendan Aronson's of 0.2. Expected goals 0.4 and 0.25. Shots 1.45, almost similar. Shots on target, again, Sinestra's having a little bit more. In terms of creativity, I think Aronson is more because attempted assists almost double than no big chances created across. So I think there's not much to choose between them. The price might be the stick or twist point. I think Aronson is less expensive than Sinestra, if I'm not wrong. Let me just check as well. How much is in? Yeah, it's like a 1 million difference approximately between Sinestra and Aronson, and not the stats don't reveal much. But if you look at the eye test, I felt Sinestra was really good, my friend. Maybe the stats are not revealing as much as I would like them to, but Sinestra looked really good in that game. Go for Aronson or Harrison, guys. Yeah, I mean you can go for Harrison. That's the safest bet. He's like a middle price point between Aronson and Sinestra, and is more or less nailed on to start every game. So yeah, that could be an option too. Do you prefer Trossard more shots in the box or touches better to gross better form and all that stuff? I definitely, if you have the money to go Trossard, yes, you can go for Trossard, definitely. He started playing off on the wing, as a wing back, but I think they're changing formations, Brighton, even during the game and during different games as well. So I think Trossard is a better option, yes. If you have the money, you can go for Trossard over Kroos. What subject do you teach? I teach engineering, Abhishek. I've done my PhD in engineering, and I teach engineering, my friend. But specifically, if you want to ask me specifically what do I teach wireless and mobile communications. This is the subject in which I did my PhD, and this is what I teach. But I like teaching FPL better. Great says 25 minutes to deadline. Yep. Your views on Rashford as a potential Rodrigo replacement? I don't have a problem with Rashford, Jugs, but do you like their fixtures? I personally don't like their fixtures, man. Also the upside seems to be limited with Rashford. Arsenal at home, Crystal Palace away. I don't like these fixtures, my friend. I don't see too many goals in these games. Leeds at home, I'm not sure. Leeds are a relatively hard team to predict. Arsenal are in good form, so I don't like the fixtures, and Rashford ceiling seems to be limited at this moment in time. Let's see. Go for Aronson or Harrison, guys, says FPL Sami. I already answered that. Rob says De Bruyne or Haaland captain. I'm confident on De Bruyne minutes, but scary to bet against Haaland. Rob, see, the thing is, you're betting expected minutes versus expected points. It's I mean, I would think about captaining De Bruyne honestly, but the form Haaland is in, owning De Bruyne in itself, I think is a great differential, in terms of owning him. So it's not an issue specifically. Abhishek says, why didn't you do your PhD in FPL? Unfortunately, there were no PhDs available in FPL here where I'm at in India, my friend. We just very, very conventional kind of PhD structure when I did my PhD here. So I'm currently doing my PhD in FPL. These streams and the research I do about FPL, it makes me feel I'm already doing a PhD, another PhD in FPL. FPL sometimes, has anybody recognized you by the voice? Fortunately, not many people here are into football. India is more of a cricket country, and not many of my students are into football as well, so they don't play FPL, and I hope to keep it that way. I can use a few less subscribers, but I'd prefer nobody to identify me. Brian says, what are your thoughts on 5 million or less defender for Game Week 8? Only thinking of Delo. I would prefer a Brighton or a Newcastle defender as compared to Delo, my friend. If you want to bring in Delo, that's absolutely fine. I would prefer the other two, Newcastle or Brighton. Start one of Saint Maxima, Pereira or Saliba. Saint Maxima's injury is not going to play. Then you only have the option of Pereira and Saliba to decide. Will Fofana start? Well, the Chelsea fans seem to think, 83% of the Chelsea fans who vote seem to think that he's going to start. I think he should start. The way Chelsea been playing, they've not been defending too well. So I think why not? Why not Fofana should start? So hoping for the best, but let's see. And he says, Gross, Trossard, Harrison or Martinelli? Martinelli all day, every day. Martinelli is absolutely banging in the goals. He's looking in such good confidence. If you're asking me for just this game week, Martinelli might not be the best option. But long term, you should have Martinelli is doing bits this season, my friend. If I replace Robo with Neko and Rodrigo with Luis Diaz, viable? Definitely viable. FPL Doug. No problems. Just not a -4. -4 for Taylor to Haaland and KDB to De Silva. Yes, why not? I mean, if you're going with KDB and not having Haaland in your team, you're basically playing against the crowd, against the effective ownership, right? EO, you're playing against the EO. Sometimes you win, but the times you lose, it can dent your rank really, really bad. Like last game week, KDB didn't even play and Haaland banged in 3 goals. That kind of variance is very hard to deal with, especially when it comes from a player who's as highly owned as Haaland is, my friend. Very difficult. Look at the ownership, 76%, and you don't have him in your team, and he bangs in 3 goals. Gabriel Jesus, 79%. Absolutely insane numbers, guys. Reece James, 36. He was like 45 last game week, 47. I mean, my team collectively is a differential. Don't have a really good differential in my team at the moment. Gross is 25% still. I mean, come on. I don't like having these kind of teams in which I don't have a differential. Even my subs, they're like very heavily owned. Need to, I think Kukurea has 13%, so that is something. But he never seems to get any points. The 2 differential points don't make a difference. CAV says play which from 2, Neko, Rico, Henry and Gross. Brentford play against Southampton, right? I would like to play Rico, Henry and Gross, my friend. But you can choose anyone which you want out of Rico, Henry and Neko Williams, but I would play Gross. Zaha and Estupian or Siniestra and Trippier. I like Zaha and Estupian more. Although their fixtures are difficult, but I like them more. Zaha's in really good form at this moment in time. Estupian has really good fixtures till game week 8. But it's a difficult one, but I like them more. And he says for this game week. No, not for this game week, no. Not Martinelli. Then you should go for... Even Trossard against Leicester is not the best. Let me look, which options did you give me? You said Trossard, Gross, Martinelli, and one more. Give me a second. Yeah, I can't find your comment here, bro. Oof. I thought it's gonna be a very chilled out stream, guys, but the questions keep coming. Where is the question? Can you write it again, my friend? It would help. It would help me because I can't find it. Rodrigo to Zaha, Kukurea to Estupian. I like those moves, my friend. If it is not for a hit, then I like those moves. Rob says, should I start Williams over Perisic? I think you should start Williams over Perisic. Yes. Viz, who is your captain? At the moment, my captaincy is on Haaland. I don't expect it to change, my friend. Again, you know, the option is between Salah and Haaland, but I don't expect it to change too much. I always keep my options open till the end, you know, just in case somebody listens to my stream and then they go off and then later on they come back to see I've captained a different player. So I keep my options open, but I'm not sure that I'm gonna change it anymore. But let's see. Let's see. We've got 15 to 20 more minutes, and let's see what happens. Guys, do we have any team news, or any early leaks or whatever? It would be good if one of you just let me know. I'm checking on Twitter just for any updates. I'll let you know very soon. Alright, so at this moment in time, can't see anything. Yeah, can't find anything at the moment on Twitter, guys. Just give me a second here. Yeah, no, I can't find any team news. FPL Sam, if you find any team news, please let me know, because I can't find any team news at this moment. Starting Neco Williams over Saliba, smart move probably, but watch Saliba score. I think you can start him, Neco Williams over Saliba this game week. Personally don't think Arsenal gonna keep a clean sheet against United. You know, United are improving. Arsenal keep conceding silly goals. For example, against Mitrovic, Gabriel made a silly mistake. Against Aston Villa, Douglas Luiz scored straight from the corner. So Arsenal keep conceding silly goals, which is one of the reasons I just shipped out Ramsdale last week. Thoughts on Che Adams? I think Che Adams is a great, is been in great form. The only problem with Che Adams is, you know, not sure. Just let me see the fixtures once before I actually make a comment on Che Adams, because I think the fixtures are good as well. Brentford this week. And just give me a second here. I'm trying to see the fixtures for. Yeah, I think the fixtures are not the best. Wolves. They're playing against Wolves in game week 6. Brentford next week. Aston Villa away. So Che Adams is okay as an option. I think if you wanted to get somebody, I would get Mitrovic. Looks really, really good. Mitrovic. Although they have Chelsea, Tottenham, and Nottingham Forest, but the form he's in, he looks absolutely good. So I prefer Tony and Mitrovic over Che Adams. Rob Brennan says, I'm thinking about Tony out to Mitrovic. Should I do the move game week 8 or game week 11 based on fixtures? Yep, I mean, currently just keep Tony in the team, my friend. I think this is the time to keep Tony. He's got some good fixtures coming up. We'll think about Mitrovic later when it comes to that. But for now, if you have Tony, keep him. Lingard or Gibbs White? I prefer Gibbs White. Leicester have conceded an average of 2 goals a game. Yep, that is the reason I have Pascal Gross in my team, my friend, and hope he does something. I would even not be against getting two Brighton players, for example, Trossard and Gross. You know, even till game week 8, they have good fixtures, and they are in good form. Do you have a Villa predicted 11? I think I do, yes. If you ask me specific players, I can tell you. Should I play Ward over Ramsdale? I don't think so, my friend. I still think you should play Ramsdale. If Ramsdale is injured, then obviously Ward will come in automatically, but I don't think you should start Ward over Ramsdale. Play Estupian or Neco Williams? This is a difficult one, Anas. I think Estupian based on Brighton. Nothing till now, yeah. I didn't find anything else. Rithi says play Perisic versus Neco. I would play Neco Williams. I don't think Perisic is going to start. That's just what I feel. Andreas or Saliba to bench? With Willian coming in, I'm a little bit concerned about Andreas Pereira's set piece potential anymore, you know, but I'm not sure if Willian's going to start the next game or not. But long term, I think I'd be a little concerned. I would start Andreas, my friend. I always prefer starting the attacking player. What transfers have you made? Says Refusion. Refusion, I've made no transfers, my friend. Rolling the transfer next week, I'm going to make 2, hopefully. Sashikal Sukraj, hope you're doing well, my friend. If I have to start one from Gross and Jesus, whom would you recommend? You have to start one. I would start Jesus, my friend. Although I would start both, but if I had to choose one, I would start Jesus. 100%. Is this your final lineup? Yes, this is my final lineup. Salam. With Nunes coming back, do you think Diaz's attacking threat could be reduced? It could work both ways, Jug. But I think yes, Diaz would stick more to the left wing as compared to he was coming inside more and cutting inside, because Firmino was playing more as a false 9 as compared to Darwin Nunes, who's gonna stay right up there. Let's see what happens. You know, the thing is, Diaz is 8 million. It's not like that your money is gonna get stuck. You can easily move on to somebody like Kulusevski. You can Jadon Sancho's, your Wilfried Zaha's. The options are going to be, a lot of options are going to open up if you go for Diaz. With Robertson, there's not many options there. So, albeit I think that his attacking threat could be affected a little bit, but I don't think the quality that Diaz has is going to make a difference, much difference. Start Walker, yes. Not specific players, but who do you expect to start front 3 for Villa? Just give me a second, I'll have a look, my friend. So for just give me a second. For Aston Villa, I have the team news here, which I think I've written in my notes. So in my opinion, Watkins, Ollie Watkins, Danny Ings, and Emiliano Buendia. I expect these 3 to start, along with Jacob Ramsey, Kamara, and John McGinn. That's what I think, according to my assessment. 2 to play out of Perisic, Dunk, Harrison. I would play Dunk and Harrison, my friend. Refusion says, Viz, I have your team from last game week and forgot to make my 2 free transfers. Did you take a -4 hit to get those 3 players on? If you did, would you still make the same moves this game week? I made just two transfers last week, my friend. I took out Pedro Neto for Pascal Gross, and I took out Ramsdale for Sanchez. I did not make a 3rd transfer last week. So if you have the same team, although I would not recommend copying my team, I'm hardly doing the best this season. My overall rank is like 500k, but yeah, I made 2 transfers last week. This week I'm going to roll my transfer, and next week I'll possibly make 2 more. But thank you so much, Refusion, for coming weekly to these streams. I appreciate it, bro. Ahmed says, start with Walker or Gibbs White. See, this is a very difficult question. I mean, a good defender from a premium team, or a talisman from a weak team. It's very hard to answer this question. I think this game week you should go with Gibbs White. Take a chance. Go with Gibbs White. Walker offers nothing attacking wise. Go with Gibbs White. Kukurea to James or Perisic to James. This is a difficult one. I think you should do Perisic to James, because this way you can get a chance to play Kukurea and James both, and next week you can get rid of Kukurea, in my opinion. Because the thing is, I don't think Perisic is going to play this game week because Champions League is coming up, Will Perisic play? I don't think so. Again, guys, this is predictions, right? Let me take you to... we don't have much time because Smelly Wab has already given us his alarm. He's always is kind enough to always message 10 minutes before the deadline. So he's been kind enough to do that again. Thank you so much, Smelly Wab, for that. So let me take you to Emma Jump the Wave. I'll show you the predictions, guys. You can make of that what you want. So Tottenham. Yeah. So see here, Emerson Royal. Where is Perisic? You see, 27% of the fans who vote for these predictions seem to think that Perisic is going to start. In my opinion, Perisic is not going to start, guys. Sessegnon is 69% to start. Perisic is 27%. So I wouldn't take that chance. I would not take that chance, right? So yeah, take that as you with a pinch of salt. It's just prediction by the fans, but at least it gives us something to go on. CAV says, thanks Wiz. Strange that Gross didn't go up in price last night. It's because he already rose in price one day before, my friend. Sometimes having 2 price rises in the space of 3 days is not how it works, you know. Rafa Andreza says, hey bro, who's your captain? My captain is captain is Haaland, you know. But the thing is, I'm not sure with my captaincy, my friend. I'm still thinking in the back of my mind, you know, Salah has a great record against Everton, this, that, and other. Haaland is in the form of his life. You know, I'm thinking, but my captaincy, I think it's gonna stay on Haaland. You know, I don't want to be committal. You know, I want to stay non-committal, because in the end, if I end up changing it, I don't want anybody to kind of blame me that, you know, it's because of you. So just stick with me and you'll see who my captain is by the end of the stream, guys. At this moment, you can see it's on Haaland. By the way, let me refresh it before, like last time. Don't log me out, Fantasy Premier League. This always happens to me. I don't know what's going on with fantasy football. It always keeps logging me out. Anyways, you have a look at this screen while I log back in, guys. What? Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. I'm trying to log back in, but it won't let me. It says my password is wrong. Of course, it's wrong. There you go. No, it's not working. Damn it. I'm not even sure what team is saved now, guys. Why does this happen to me? Just let me log back in. Come on, this is my password. I know my password. Yep. Thank God. Thankfully it worked. Phew, guys, always panic stations for one reason or another. Anyway, so yeah, this is my team, this is my captain. As of now, it's on, as you can see, on Haaland. Do I refresh it again? Did we try to play with fire? Yeah. This time it worked, hopefully. Alright, let me come back and answer your questions. So many questions quickly. Should I buy Sanchez or Henderson? I like Sanchez more, but definitely if you only want for 3 game weeks, you can think about Henderson as well. Pineapple Pie says keep Saka or save a transfer, free transfer to Bernardo. No, I would keep Saka. Gross or Trossard? Long term, I think Trossard is a better option. Gross or Sanchez, who would you say is more needed for the future, guys? I think Sanchez is better. Pascal Gross for the next 3 game weeks is good. I think Sanchez. Just with 1 free transfer, Ramsdale to Sanchez or Rodrigo to Bernardo, any better midfielder. Ramsdale to Sanchez, I would go. Rodrigo to Bernardo, I don't think Bernardo's going to start every game. Wiz, your thoughts on Broja? Short term is fine because we think he's going to start this game week, but long term I don't think he's an option. Keep Walker. When does he go out of my team for Trippier? You can take out Walker for Trippier if you want. Keep Ramsdale, play Ramsdale, take out Walker for Trippier if you want. CAV says, why feel the need to get rid of Walker, especially for someone of the same price? The thing is, Champions League is coming. One of these days, rotation is going to hit. But if it hits, guys, you got Neco Williams on the bench, right? So there's not much to worry about. Don't overthink it, guys. Olivier says Trippier over Stones. I think that's a good move, Olivier. I mean, Stones is a decent player, but the thing is, their next fixtures are very difficult. So I see an upside of getting Trippier over Stones, yes. Would you take a -4 for Zaha or Cancelo? I wouldn't take a -4. It depends which player you want to transfer out. For example, if you want to transfer out Bailey, then I'd say yes. But if you want to transfer out a perfectly good player, perfectly good option, then I'd say no. Salah or Haaland captain? $1 million question, bro. I'm going with Haaland, possibly. Thoughts on Luis Diaz captain? I wouldn't do it personally because I feel if Darwin Núñez plays, it further dampens the effect of Luis Diaz. But you know, if your instinct says you want to captain Luis Diaz, then be my guest, bro. Is it worth to take Walker out for this week, though? See, my friend, the predictions, according to the Manchester City fans, they think that Walker has 82% chance of starting. I think that's a very good, fairly good chance still. You know, even if he gets taken off early, I think he has a good chance of starting this week. So if you want to take him out with the knowledge that he might still start. Guys, where are all these questions coming from? It's absolutely crazy. Play Delo, De Silva or Pereira? I would play Oof. De Silva, possibly, because they play against Wolves. I would play De Silva. They play against Leeds, right? Yeah, I think De Silva is the one which you can actually play starting the games, because there is not much difference going to be much difference. If you feel Manchester United keep a clean sheet, you can think of starting Delo. I think one of the attacking players are the ones. Can't figure out who want to bench, who to bench, so I can play March and Neko. George, I think we already discussed this. I think, see, Neko Williams is good, but only if you don't have other options. For example, I'm benching Neko Williams. I know I should play him, but the thing is, I don't have any options in the team. So what can be done? Michael says Neko or Jesus. I would play Jesus, Michael. Even if Neko gets more points than Jesus, you can't put out an 80% owned player, and especially one that is in good form. I would play Jesus always. Trent, Cancelo, James, Salah, Kulu, Martinelli, Grob, Haaland and Jesus all in my team. That looks good to me, my friend. The team looks good to me. Don't worry too much, George. Just lock your team. Don't leave it too late. Just make your decision and lock the teams. We've had a discussion. Start Delo or Neko Williams. Out of these two, I think you can take a chance with Neko Williams if you want, because they're both defenders. Play Dunk or put Rodrigo out for any midfielder minus. Just play Dunk. 2 minutes to go. Start Neko Williams or Trossard. I will start Trossard. Guys, lock your teams. No more answers, please. This is not the time to be asking questions, guys. Come on, go and lock your teams. You can have a look at my team. Please lock your teams. I don't want you to miss the deadline. What is the point of asking the questions if you miss the deadline? So no more answers, guys. Just gonna chill. And please go and lock your teams. If you miss the deadline, there's no point in asking the questions. We've been having these discussions for the past hour. I think you should have had a clarity. I am not here to assert my opinions to make your team more like my team. I'm here to give you opinions and give you information for all those people who can't spend the time to read the press conferences, watch the games. I'm here to kind of give you a summary and my observations. I'm not here to assert my opinion over your teams, guys. If you want to make your team more like my team is in front of you. What happened to Ramsdale? Start Neko Williams or Trossard? Ramsdale is fine. It should be fine. I think he's been training, so he should be fine. He had a bit of a hamstring issue. I think he tweaked his hamstring a little bit, but I think he should be fine because he's been training, Razat. So if you have Ramsdale, you can play him. It shouldn't be a problem. FPL is always late in removing the flags, so hopefully should be fine. They haven't been any training pictures from Arsenal, so that is one thing. Can I refresh it before it actually goes out? There you go. I managed to do it, guys. Last week was a bit crazy. But yeah, I managed to refresh it. So yeah, guys, this is all about the Gameweek 6 team. As you can see, I did not make any transfers. I made my 2 free transfers last week, preparing for this game week. I took out Ramsdale because he was going to play United. I took out Pedro Neto. I brought in Gross. I still have such a good option in Neko Williams on the bench. I like this team, guys. I really like this team. At least it's prepared for the coming game weeks as well. I have 2 free transfers to play with next week as well. So all in all, I think it's it's set up pretty well to take advantage. Now, if I go ahead and mess it up by my own self, then I've only got one person to blame. But I think this team is set up well. George has kept March first on the bench. This will be the week he gets a brace. George, the thing is, Solly March always seems to me to get in good positions, but I think for some reason his finishing is not the best, or there has to be some problem with him. But you made your decision, George, so stick with it. For example, I've got Neko Williams on the bench. Ideally I would like to play him against Bournemouth. If you can't play a player against Bournemouth, who can you play a player against? But I didn't have any options. So, the thing is, there's only 11 places in the team, my friend. We have to make compromises. FPL teaches us so much about life and our own psychology, So I think it's a very good reflection of our personalities, of our temperaments. As we get closer to the deadline, we realize our worst fears. We realize our, nightmares. And when the matches are on, we realize, competition, elation, joy, fear, jealousy, all these emotions. FPL is a roller coaster of emotions, and with not much control over what is happening. So it's a very good game to play. It makes you psychologically stronger, I feel sometimes. I used to be very concerned about how my friend's team was performing, even more than how my own team was performing when I started out playing FPL. Nowadays, I've become very relaxed, guys. By the way, if anybody wants to become a member, guys, just click on the join button and just become a member of the channel. You could we add you to the Twitter group that we have, a very private personal group. It has about 11-12 members, and it's a very good place to have a pleasant chat without the sarcasm, without the people trying to push you down. It's a very pleasant group, so that as well, and you get a beautiful badge of the wizard hat right next to your name. So do consider becoming a member if you want to, and thank you so much for joining the streams. So guys, let's do a quick prediction and then we can call it a day. By the way, from last few weeks my predictions have been going really well. I've been noticing, so I'd like to make this a regular feature. So I'm just gonna do my predictions, guys, and later on I'll come and read your comments. I'll just do them quickly. Everton versus Liverpool. I think Liverpool gonna win this game 2-0. I don't think there's gonna be too many goals in this game. I don't think Everton are gonna score. Everton are not in the best of form. I think Liverpool are gonna be up for this, especially after the elation of a late winner by Carvalho. I think Liverpool gonna be up for this game. I think Liverpool gonna win this game 2-0. Give me your predictions in the comments. I will come back and read them later. Brentford versus Leeds. I think this is going to be a 2-2. I think it's going to be a very good game to watch. If obviously if your team is playing, you want to watch some other game, then good. But otherwise, do watch this game's highlights. Two high octane teams going toe to toe. Two lower tier teams, but in good form at the moment. Going to be a great watch. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw between Brentford and Leeds. Chelsea is going to beat West Ham. I feel it's going to be a 2-0 victory for Chelsea. That is the reason I played Cucurella over Nico Williams in my team. Chelsea has been good at home. I think they've been unlucky on a few occasions, especially against Tottenham. They dominated the game, but they got sucker punched twice. I think they're going to... West Ham are actually a little bit goal shy at the moment. I think in the bottom 5 for shots taken. So in my opinion, I think Chelsea gonna keep a clean sheet. They're gonna win 2-0. Newcastle versus Crystal Palace is gonna be a very, very interesting game. I predict a 2-2 draw, especially if Zaha is playing. I think it's very hard to keep him quiet. And I predict a 2-2 draw between Brentford and Leeds and between Newcastle and Crystal Palace. Nottingham Forest versus Bournemouth. I think Nottingham are gonna win 2-1. I think Bournemouth will have enough to score a goal, especially they know the Nottingham team, but they obviously signed 21 new players, but they're not going to all play in the same match. So I feel that Bournemouth have the potential to score in this game, but let's see what happens. I feel Nottingham is going to win this game 2-1, but not keep a clean sheet. That's just what I feel. It could also be the inside fear of me speaking when I know that Nico Williams is on my bench, but many people have played him. But the reason I didn't play him, I didn't feel that they were going to keep a clean sheet. They're the worst defensive team in the league. Spurs versus Fulham. I think Spurs are going to win this game 2-1. I think Fulham are going to score. Mitrovic is going to score in this game. If Romero is back for Spurs, I think that's going to be a good news. Because he's the kind of centre back which can deal with somebody like Mitrovic, but I still feel Mitrovic is in the form of his life, and I think he's going to score against Spurs. So no clean sheet for Spurs, but I think Spurs are going to win 2-1. There's a chance that one or two of the Spurs boys can be rested, maybe Son. Let's see how it goes. Wolves versus Southampton. I see this game ending in a 1-1 draw. I think none of these two teams are going to score too many goals this season. They don't have the resources. They don't have the right players to score goals. Although Wolves have made some really good signings, Kalasic and Gidesh. They've made some good signings, Wolves. So let's hope it comes together for them. I think this is going to be 1-1 draw for this game week. Aston Villa versus Manchester City. You already know the result, guys. It's only about how many goals Aston Villa loses by. And will this be the end of Stevie G's managerial reign at Aston Villa? It remains to be seen, but I think City can put 3 or 4 past Aston Villa easily. They were absolutely bad against Arsenal, and the goal they scored against Arsenal was such a fluke. I think it was a foul on Ramsdale. This guy Ollie Watkins, it was. I think he came and stood in front of Ramsdale, didn't let him punch the ball, and Douglas Luiz scored straight from the corner kick. But I think Aston Villa were really bad against Arsenal as well. Arsenal absolutely hammered Aston Villa, guys, and I'm not even playing it up. It's really that simple. Gonna lose by many goals. Brighton Leicester. I think Brighton gonna win this game. If James Maddison is playing, which I think he will, I think Leicester have the potential to score 1 goal against Brighton. But the way it all depends on the way Brighton plays. They played Fulham off the park in the first half. The problem was they're always the same problem. They can't score a goal, Brighton. And then Fulham came back after the half, pepped up by the speech by Marco Silva, and they actually came back into the game, But Brighton played Fulham off the park, and many other teams off the park, that they have that potential. So if Brighton play well, I think Brighton can win this game 2-0. If not, then 2-1 to Leicester. It all depends on how this game goes. Hard to predict whether Brighton will concede or not. Manchester United versus Arsenal. I see this game as a 2-2 draw. I don't think Arsenal can beat Manchester United. I think United are an improving team with more solidarity in the group now. With Ronaldo now knowing that he's going to be staying, the transfer window is actually closed. So I think he's going to be an integral part of the team, at least until the January transfer window. Let's see what happens. But I don't see Arsenal winning this game. I see Arsenal's winning run coming to an end against United. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. So these are my predictions, guys. I'm not saying it's not a crystal ball. I'm just making predictions based on the highlights I watch, the matches I watch. And I'm happy enough to see that there's still 17 of you watching. I was wondering when I come back after the predictions how many will be here. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Barry says 3-0 Liverpool. Aaron says 2-1 Liverpool. Barry says 2-1 to Leeds. FELSM says I'm in hell. Looks like no Robo. Whoa. That's not good. That is not good. Tsimikas might be starting then, huh? So FPL who comes off the bench for you? Perisic first sub. Oh my days. Robo will probably come on. I think Robo comes on only if Liverpool are losing. If Liverpool are winning comfortably, I don't think Robo comes on. Personally, Let's see. Robo was the one to get rotated, but Liverpool fans seem to think I think 77% of them still seem to think that he would start. Klopo is being Klopo Rule this season. Lighter says 3-1 to Spurs. Aaron says 1-0 to United. Barry says 1-0 to United. Guys, don't break my heart. I'm an Arsenal fan. Give me the leeway of at least calling it a draw. Hopefully, guys. It's good times for Arsenal, top of the league after 5 games, winning all the 5 games. I just want it to end in a draw. By the way, let's see what's gonna happen. Nobody can control this. Totally not a biased fan, says Barry. Yeah, absolutely not. It's all good, guys. We definitely need to support the teams that we support, because if we can't support the teams outside of FPL, watching football is not as much fun when you just watch it as a neutral. When you support a team, that's when you really get into it. Lighter has made the same prediction as me, 2-2. So hopefully that's how it is going to end. I would absolutely like for Arsenal to win, but I don't see it happening. FPL Jack says, just took out Robo for Neko and Rodrigo for Diaz, Haaland captain. FPL Jug seems to make the right decisions all the time this season. Jugs, well done, my friend. So as FPL Sam says, looks like Robo is not starting. Maybe he saw a leak from one of the guys. FPL Sam shared his ring. So Tsimikas, Carvalho and Nunes are starting, and Diaz and Salah. So if Tsimikas is starting, then automatically means that Robertson is not starting, Darwin Nunes is starting, Carvalho is starting. Very interesting one. So so where is he going to start? Carvalho is basically gonna play in the midfield. That's gonna be very interesting. Very interesting. I would like to see this, guys. I would like to see this Liverpool team, because well, let's see. I mean, Nunes is starting, Carvalho is starting, Luis Diaz and Salah are starting. So I think Robo is definitely going to be benched. FPL Access didn't see any leaks, Wiz. No worries, my friend Jug. But you made the right decision. You don't need leaks to make a good decision, my friend. The decision has to be made irrespective of the leaks for the long term. You know, for the greater good, as we like to call it in the wizard world, for the greater good. Anyways, guys, I actually would like to end the stream now. I came back from a long, a long game of badminton. I go for on Saturdays, so I came back straight away, did my research prepared for the stream, and did my streaming. No, I think I should go and take rest before the matches are on TV. So, guys, I really thank you so much for coming to these streams every week. I absolutely thank you for spending your deadline hour with me. This means really a lot to me. And this is what I do, guys. This is my passion, and I thank you for being a part of it. Without you, it would not be the same. This channel would not exist. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. I hope everybody has a great game week. I hope the arrows are always green, guys. So take care of yourselves. Have a great game week, and I will see you for the next deadline stream. Till then, peace. Bye bye.